honored guests. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you to the valedictory session of the Master Induction Series of 2026. May I request our esteemed dignitaries to kindly grace the stage for ceremonial lighting of the lamp.
या कुन्देन्दु तुषारहार धवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रान्विता या वीणां वरदण्डमण्डितकरा या
Everyone to kindly rise for the national anthem, followed by the national song.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उज्जल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, over the past week, our students have embarked upon their first journey as members of the HSNC University family. Through the Master Induction Series, they have had the privilege of interacting with distinguished academicians, accomplished professionals, industry leaders, and administrators who shared invaluable insights on leadership, ethics, innovation, personality development, sustainability, scientific communication, cybersecurity, inclusivity, and being a responsible citizen. Each session has been carefully designed to introduce our students not only to the academic culture of the university, but also to the values that define an HSNCN: integrity, excellence, compassion, resilience, and lifelong learning. Today, we come together for the concluding session of this enriching series, and we are truly honored to conclude this journey in the presence of a visionary whose life itself is a lesson in perseverance, leadership, and nation building. I would now request our Honorable Vice Chancellor to kindly felicitate our guest of honor, Dr. Niranjan Hiranandani. Thank you, ma'am. Before we proceed to our keynote address, it is only fitting that we begin the inspiring words of the leader who continues to shape the academic vision of this university. It is my privilege to invite our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Colonel Professor Hemlata Bagla, an internationally acclaimed scientist, distinguished academician, and visionary leader whose commitment to innovation, multidisciplinary education, and student empowerment continues to shape the future of HSNC University. Ma'am, may I request you to kindly address the gathering?
Jai Hind. Very distinguished Dr. Niranjan Hiranandani, Honorable President of Hyderabad Sindh National Collegiate Board and the first Provost of HSNC University, Mumbai. A warm welcome to you, sir. Seven days ago, I welcomed each one of you to HSNC University as the newest members of this university and your respective schools and colleges. Today is the culmination of that beginning we started together in this very auditorium. Many of you were even online. The first day of Master Induction Series 2026. And the expectation from you were defined and spelled out, and you were given also a project that each student will work on one problem, come out with one solution, but keeping in mind that has societal impact. If that is commitment from you, then that 3 seconds which you take to walk up on the stage and take the degree, then that is worthwhile. Otherwise, your degree would be only a piece of paper. So it's up to you to decide whether that commitment continues till coming 3 years, or 4 years, or 5 years, or you continue to do PhD programs in this institution. But that should be the way of life, that what is that you're going to give back to society. You're very fortunate that you are sitting here. I did mention about the Chinese traveler who took 17 years to reach Nalanda University just to learn, but you're a fortunate one. So keep those things in mind and let's go forward. Last 7 days, you must have realized by now that we had curated this program for you. Keeping in your mind, it was not an orientation program. It was not a program to teach you how many credits you will have to earn, what will be the examination rules. That respective colleges and respective departments and schools will take care. This program was not orientation, this was induction, and we wanted your foundation to be stronger. We wanted you to build a world outside which you should be ready beforehand and not question your abilities. It's all about you, 3 letters, Y-O-U. You are very important to us. And in you is also teachers, is also staff of this institution, including me. With you, with teachers, with non-teaching staff, we learn together. No one is learned here. We are only learning every day as and when it comes. Today, I invite you to this journey once again. But remember one thing, this is not going to be a concluding session of Master Lecture Series or Induction Series. It is going to be a new beginning. new beginning which will help you to question. I want the students sitting in the audience not just to applaud, but to question as well. And I believe that is what is going to build you if you have questioning ability. And I request teachers also, see to it, instead of expecting or giving answers, they should be able to frame 5 questions of your lecture, of your talk, and that's going to be the foundation. You must have heard, learned, or listened to eminent speakers. There were, even yesterday, you had National Disaster Relief at NDRF who visited here, and they told me that they may not come if there is any such rains or monsoon being monsoon season, any rains, and it's disrupting the city of Mumbai, we may cancel it. That's their preparedness, that when they say that they are not sure what next day brings to you. Similarly, you be prepared what will be the next day. You have to be prepared that how you are going to solve your issues or the challenges which you face. As we conclude this beautiful journey together, so as to begin a new one, I wish to leave you with a thought rooted in the wisdom of ancient India. I'm very close to ancient India. It's not 5,000 years old story for me. It's something to delve upon and dive into to learn something beyond. Our civilization gave the world many remarkable concepts, ideas, and one of that concept is sthapati. I again repeat, sthapati. A sthapati was more than an architect. There were only 2 people, teachers, they called rishis and acharyas, and sthapati. There was no other designation for 1,000 years, and there were rulers or kings. But to bring change in the society, there were only 2 people, rishis and sthapati. A sthapati envisioned cities, centers of learning, temples, water systems, communities, and they went on building those, and that flourished for centuries. A sthapati was not merely a builder of structures, a sthapati was a builder of civilization. It is therefore most fitting that the final session of this Master Induction series is with the President of our board, Dr. Niranjan Hiranandani, who was the first provost, as I mentioned, because many ways I believe Dr. Niranjan Hiranandani represents timeless tradition of the sthapati. His contribution extends far beyond creating lifestyles or skylines. He has helped build ecosystems where education, healthcare, temples, enterprise, and social responsibilities grows together. Such leaders do not merely construct buildings, they create opportunities, nurture talent, and inspire generations to come. As you listen to him today, I don't want you to listen to the story of successful entrepreneur. You just absorb it. Listen for the principles that shaped his journey. Listen for the courage to dream when others doubted. Listen for the discipline to transform vision into reality. I myself have been that witness of this journey. How much ever time I had with him, I believe he's the guru, he's the mentor, and that's where I can say with this conviction that you have to listen to the discipline he works on and he tries to transform his vision into reality. You have to listen to his resilience that turns the setbacks which he faces in life into opportunities. And above all, listen to the conviction to build something new every day, learn something new every day, and that outlives his own lifetime. It is now my privilege and honor to invite a visionary whose life reminds us that institutions become timeless because of their immense efforts of the leaders, and a visionary and a person who is a modern day sthapati, the president of HSNC board, Dr. Niranjan Hiranandani, and he's here to address all of you. I want to leave you with one Sanskrit verse. Sthapatirna kevalam bhavanani nirmati, sa samajasya bhavishyam nirmati. A sthapati does not merely build structures, he builds culture, society, and the nation. Let's put our hands together, my dear friends, my dear students, and let us please join me extending a warm welcome and a heartfelt welcome to Dr. Niranjan Hiranandani. And with this, may I invite Sir to kindly take this podium and take the journey of this particular induction series forward. It is not the last session, it's the beginning of a new journey. Jai Hind, Jai Maharashtra.
A super great good morning to each and every one of you. A special good morning to the Vice Chancellor who has led the university with great honor. Thank you very much for the wonderful leadership that you have shown. All our principals, Dr. Tejas, Shri, Balani, all the other deans, professors, teachers, and of course, most important people here today in the audience, my dear students. It's a new chapter of your life. You're going to get a degree at the end of the period that you will be studying, and the person that you will become will determine how much you succeed in your life. The HSNC University is not here to create only graduates. We want to create leaders, we want to create innovators, we want to create entrepreneurs, we want to create responsible citizens, and that's why the induction had sustainability as part of the whole discussion. And we want a social responsibility too. So, I now begin by saying that I had a small beginning too, because I was the son of an ENT surgeon, a doctor. So I was not born in a business environment. I had to work on it. Now I'm going to tell you the difficult ones. I had to work hard. I had to work with integrity. I had to learn continuously. At 76, I am still learning. I learned from the Vice Chancellor, I learned from the principal, I learned from the teachers, I learned from each and every one. I had to take calculated risks. You decide what course you want to take. That itself is a risk that you take. But the point is, whatever you take, never give up. Doesn't matter what you take. So, every successful person, whether it's Niranjan Hiranandani or any other person in the world who is successful and you admire, has failed many, many times. But there is one difference between those people and others. Successful people don't give up, and they get up back again when they have fallen. So, since this is the induction series, we'll now start with the coursework. Both हो गया induction. अभी study start करें? हाँ तो बोलो. Life lesson number 1. Dream big. Your background is not important to decide your future. Your dreams will be very important. Never let anybody tell you what you cannot become. If your dreams are big, we are all afraid a little. But if you are not afraid of your dreams, then your dreams are too small. So that was lesson number 1. You want to write it on your phone, please do it. Lesson number 2. We are already on lesson number 2. Pretty fast, no? Should I go slower or faster? Come on, I want response. Faster or slower? Anyway, the teacher goes on, whether you like to hear it or not. Life lesson number 2. Learn every single day. The world is changing too fast. Artificial intelligence is already here. Data science is here. Biotechnology is here. Climate change and technology is here. New careers are being created every single day. Your degree will just be a beginning. The greatest qualification will be your ability to continue learning all your life. The day you stop learning, you will stop growing. Lesson number 2 is over. This is the fastest learning lesson you will get in the whole career path that you will get. Life lesson number 3. Character of a person depends more to make a man or a woman than just your marks. Good marks will get you a job, but character will create a complete career and life. People will remember you for your honesty, your humility, your discipline, your trustworthiness, and your reputation will be built slowly. But a reputation can be destroyed very easily. So remember, character matters more than marks. Lesson number 4. Time is your greatest asset. Money which is lost can be recouped. Time which you lose will never come back. These university years, your college years, use them very wisely. Read more, observe more, volunteer into different activities, network with your students and the rest of the world, travel, experiment. Don't waste your time and years only scrolling through social media. Invest into yourself. That's lesson number 4. Now we go to lesson number 5. Develop multiple skills. Don't rely only on one skill in your life. The future will belong to people who have multidisciplinary skills. So you don't take a single line. Don't take only accountancy. Also take negotiation skills. Learn different skills. So if you are an engineer, you learn finance. Don't just become a lawyer. Understand technology because that will help you. Don't become just a doctor. Learn AI. Learn communication skills. Learn leadership skills. Learn negotiations. Learn public speaking. Do financial literacy. These are life skills. That was lesson number 5. Can I go to lesson number 6? Somebody say yes, no? Thank you. We all fail sometimes in our lives. But failure is a very good teacher. Niranjan Hiranandani has made many mistakes. I have also had business failures. I've also made wrong decisions. Some of my projects earlier were very delayed. People were disappointed. However, the most important factor was that every mistake, every setback was for me a classroom of learning. Hence, never fear failure. you should fear that you are not trying enough in your life. We'll jump to lesson number 7. Success without values is a failure. The two successful people, Mr. Ratan Tata and Dawood Ibrahim, both have made a lot of money, but there were no values in the second, where there are values in the first. That is the most important factor. Always ask yourself in the future, can I proudly tell my parents what I did today? Can I proudly tell my children that this is what I'm doing? If the answer is yes, then continue. If not, please change your direction. Integrity in life is priceless. We go to life lesson number 8. Build relationships in the college, amongst your friends, amongst other people, in the community of today. Build relationships. People don't only build businesses. Relationships builds businesses. Respect everyone. Respect the peon, the security guard, and of course, respect the Vice Chancellor. Every person will teach you something in life. Network is not adding more people in your contact list. It is creating trust among the people with whom you network. We jump to life lesson number 8. Give back to society as quickly as you can. Success is not measured by the wealth that you have. It is what your Vice Chancellor just told. It is by impact. Help someone, teach someone, volunteer for some activity, support your community. The happiest people in the world are those who make other people successful. Life lesson number 10. Become leaders. Leadership is not a designation. Leadership begins when you take personal responsibility. That is leadership. Instead of asking, who will do this? Ask, why not me? Hence, I have 5 requests to every student who is here today. Before you graduate, learn one skill every semester. It will hold you in good skill in your life. Read at least 25 good books every year, besides your syllabus. Try to get internships and industry projects. They're going to be important. Build your personality brand, but it should be added with integrity. We want you to leave HSNC colleges and HSNC University by becoming a better human being when you leave our colleges, not only get this knowledge of the syllabus that you have had. India, Bharat, is becoming a great country. We are at 7.4% GDP growth, the fastest growing nation in the entire world. We are going to have global AI and technology hub in India. We are going to become a manufacturing powerhouse. We are and will be a startup nation. We shall be the leadership in innovation and entrepreneurship. The future belongs to you, my young friends, but you have to be prepared. You have to be skilled, and you have to learn to be ethical. Your generation has opportunities which no previous generation in India ever had. Are you going to be chalta hai, or are you going to seize that opportunity? So I'll repeat some things. I want you to dream big. I want you to work hard, but I want you to stay humble. And hence, it is important to know that success is not about becoming somebody. Success is about becoming somebody who has made a big difference. Hence, my young friends, I welcome you here today to an institution which is going to create that difference in you, provided you take up that challenge and say that I shall and we will. And if you do that, life will be different. This country, India, has seen people with no opportunity becoming great people. We have the example of Abdul Kalam, who was a poor family, walked 5 kilometers to go to his school, became a great scientist, and became the President of India. We also have another example of Narendra Modi ji, a man who was just a chai wala, आपसे बहुत ही कम थे, फिर भी क्या बन गए? Today the opportunity in India is 1,000 times bigger and better than it was in the time when Mr. Narendra Modi and Abdul Kalam grew up. Hence, my young friends, take this opportunity to rise and grow and become something in your life, so that in the future we shall be able to say that here at HSNC we were able to have and make the students of India into great people. We shall rule the world in terms of technology, we shall rule the world in terms of greatness. But if you don't have values and you don't have integrity, and if you don't take this opportunity to grow, then you will be left behind, because India is going to grow, Bharat is going to grow, and there is a great future for our country. And that is why it is very important today for you to commit to yourself. Make your future. Work hard. करो कुछ, हमें देखना है आप क्या बन रहे हैं, हमें खुशी होगी कि आप कुछ बन गए. So I'm very proud of the students who have come here today. My again congratulations to the Vice Chancellor, to the deans, to the principals, all the teachers who are here, who take you there. But remember, take advantage of the institution so that you have a great journey, enjoy your life, be happy. Love you all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Your life journey surely reminds us that success is not merely measured by achievements, but by the courage to overcome challenges, the vision to create opportunities, and the commitment to contribute meaningfully to the society. Your words will undoubtedly remain with our students as they embark upon their own journeys of learning and leadership. We shall now open the floor for a brief interactive question and answer round. Students who wish to ask any question, kindly raise your hands and begin your question by introducing yourself.
First of all, good morning, sir. My name is Manan Chauhan, and I'm from FIBMS. Yes. Sir, my question is that does Bombay real estate market have scope for new developers who have less capital, and is it practical to enter into this market at this point, in this market situation?
Yeah. So, the first thing is that we have to understand that when a country grows or any sector grows, not only real estate, but anything that grows, let's say it's retail, whether it's manufacturing, whether it's IT, whether it's real estate or any other activity. When the country grows, real estate will grow. In the last 2 years, the country grew at 7.4, 7.2%. Real estate grew between 10 and 12%. Mumbai real estate grew by 15% plus. So obviously real estate will grow. Now the question is, what is your role, whether you're a small builder, middle-level builder or big builder, do we get the opportunity to grow? So the first thing is certain that in every business, consolidation is taking place. So for an entrepreneur who really comes and enters into the market today, there's always going to be a challenge. But that's nothing to do with real estate alone. It can be retail, it can be manufacturing, it can be anything that is there. The advantage you have today as a young entrepreneur is that many of the items which didn't exist yesterday in real estate is available today. So for instance, let's talk about marketing. We have a team of who do social media, and they're all aged below 30. So do young people get an opportunity? The answer is yes, because that's a new segment. When we talk about AI, the younger people are more fortunate to be able to do it. So you get into that. So the question is not about whether you will have a role, but are you innovative enough to create new opportunities in the real estate for you to do it? There are only 18,000 developers in the Mumbai metropolitan region, plus or minus 2,000. Now, the question is, you will be added on to that. What is it that you bring to the table that will make a difference to your coming into the real estate business? I'll give you another example. Let's talk about e-commerce. During COVID time, we had a problem because everything was shut down. E-commerce came up. A lot of retailers got into difficulty. But some of the retailers worked together to do home delivery. They managed to use the back end of media, communications, and started e-commerce. Those who did not do it, and they said people should come to me, did have a bigger hit on their business than other people did. So what's the difference? If you are able to come into a line with innovation, ideas and others, capital is not an issue, because people are willing to bet on you, to startups and people to invest capital. So the answer to your question, in short, is yes, you have an opportunity, but you can't think about the old ways that Niranjan Hiranandani succeeded, and you as a new entrepreneur will come and try to use my ideas of 35 years ago and say you're going to succeed. You will not succeed. So how do you succeed? You think of your internet. So when I got into the business 35, 40 years ago, I got into new ideas of townships which nobody had done. And that's why I became ahead of the line. So what we have to do is find out where are my skill sets which put me one ahead of the other people, not only in the real estate business, but in any other business that you will want to do. Good question. Thank you.
May we have the next question, please?
Good morning, sir. I'm Sid Shah, FIBBA. So my question is that as you had no background from business, so how did you think about real estate and how did you go about that? What problems you faced and what were the solutions you get? Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, my history is that I started with textiles. So I put up a small factory of power looms in Kandivali Industrial Estate, Charkop, and I put up 400 looms, and I was supplying grey cloth to Gwalior and Century Mills. Then I started a small real estate business, and we were doing both, and I failed in both. So I had too much debt, and I didn't know what to do, so I wanted to sell one. I didn't know which one to sell, so I had a good person in the name of Datta Samant, a union leader in those days, who sent me a letter saying that they want 100% increase in wages. So I didn't decide that I wanted to sell the real estate. Datta Samant decided for me. So I sold the real estate business, and I continued it I sold my textile business and got into real estate. Now, when I got into real estate, I realized that it's a difficult business to do, especially in those days and time. It was more difficult than it is today. And I worked on it and turned it around, and I couldn't afford to fail again. So I worked very, 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 very hard to say that, okay, this is the line I've taken, and learned the line, made mistakes, but actually did it ultimately. So right in the beginning of my life, I made mistakes. Beginning of my life, I had failures, but we got up again, faced the problems, and then converted it into a very successful business over a period of years. So I started with failures, but turned it around. And that is why the life lessons that I talked about, this was one of those life lessons I had. That's from my personal experience, that I fell down, lost money, sold my one business, worked on it, and then got into real estate to do it. So what do you do when you fall down? क्या करना है? उठ के फिर चलना है. So when you fall down, first thing you have to remember is start getting up and walking again. The same thing you do in business. So if you lost something in business or you failed in something in business, you don't look at failures, you look at what success is going to be there. And you start working to that. So that's the way actually life is. And that's why when I said one of the life lessons which are there, it's there. Never get afraid of failures. And if you have, in the business of business, if you have not failed in some part of your business, it means that you're not dreamt big enough. If you have dreamt big enough, you're going to fail somewhere. That's the reality of business.
Can we move on to the next question, please? Yeah.
Hi sir, I'm Ria. Good morning. If everything you have achieved till now will be taken from you tomorrow and you have to begin from the scratch, so what will be your strength?
My strength will be my experience. My strength will be my integrity. My strength will be my honesty. My strength will be my skill sets that I have learned. And all the mistakes that I made, I will not do it again. So there are three things that are there. The first is your own determination, your ability to pick up new skills, and the third is to learn from your experience. And that's why they say old people are wise. Not that they are already, but since I'm 76, I consider that. So you should have some wisdom which adds on to it. So the first two, you can get better than me. But the third one, I may better you. So that's the way we kind of work on to life in order to make it happen. And it always works. But you should be ready for the setbacks, always.
Thank you, sir.
There are nobody, just to tell you, there is no one I've ever met in my life, in my whole life, who says he or she has never had setbacks. Somebody has setbacks about health, somebody has setbacks of finance, somebody has marital failures, somebody has something else which is failed. So there is nobody in the world who has lived a life, complete life, who has not failed somewhere. So how can you say I will not have a problem and not have a failure in my life? But what is the methodology you make so that you are sure that when you fail, or what is the greater chance of success you do by picking up skills, by working hard, by moving on to your life, by dreaming big, by doing something which you never dreamt that you could possibly do. That is life. And that is Bharat, that is India. And you are part of that. When you go abroad, you know what the people say over there? Indians are the most intelligent people. All the IT in the world is done by Indians. तुम्हारा दिमाग सबसे दुनिया में सबसे आगे है, but आप use नहीं करते. If you don't use your brains, if you don't use your skill set, you will be nowhere. It's no use being rich, but not using that wealth properly. It's no use being intellectual, but not actually doing whatever intellectual requirement is there. You have to use it or lose it. If you don't work hard and try to do something, nahi hoga, kuch bhi nahi hoga. That's important.
Next question, please.
Hello sir, my name is Umeshwari. Can you share an instant where you made an unpopular decision that ultimately proved you to be the right one?
I do it every day. First of all, you can never please anybody, everybody all the time. There's no way by which you can be pleasing everybody at time. You have to do the right things in your life. You will please some and you will displease some people. And that is part of life. And you can't do anything. But I've yet to find one single thing that I've done which has pleased everybody. So if I do something for you, the person sitting next to you doesn't like me because I've done for you and not for her or him. So that part of it is there. And it doesn't really matter about pleasing people. What is the secret of life? The secret of life is to do the right thing, not what pleases everybody. If you do the right thing, you will be successful and there will be never any problem for your success. But you can't please everybody all the time, and don't even try that in your life, because I haven't succeeded in a single case in my life to please everybody, and I have stopped trying to please everybody. But I continue to do the right thing, and that is I will talk to the peon and I will talk to the clerk also with humility and humbleness as that. Those are the right things that you have to learn. When you learn those right things in your life, everything becomes right. But you can't still please everybody, because I may say hello to one peon, the other peon is unhappy, maine hello usko kyun nahi bola, that way. So you just can't please everybody, don't even try, it doesn't work.
And one more question, how to overcome the fear of social anxiety and the fear of people will judge me, matlab, yeah.
The more you do, the more you will be judged. The more you do, the more people will feel jealous of you. The more you do, the more you have problems. So don't worry about it, because the more you do, the better it is for yourself, for your country, for your family, for your people, for your friends, for your association, for your community. So just continue to do your best. If you continue to do your best, the rest of it will follow. Not everybody likes me, I promise you that. Because I'm successful, people also are envious of me or hate me or don't like me. So what do I do about it? Should I stop being the best? I have to be the best, so I continue to be best. As long as I'm honest and I have integrity, that is more important as well as having the wealth of a person. So combine all these three factors and just don't worry about the criticism and people not liking you. And the more successful you become, the less the number of people who like you.
Thank you.
Do we have more questions?
Good morning, sir.
Yep.
My name is Mohammed Zazan Mansouri, and I'm enrolled in BTech CSE AIMA. Before I wanted to ask my question, I wanted to add some context, which was success stories usually consist of some sort of pivoting. And for instance, yourself,
Some sort of
pivoting,
favoring.
pivoting,
Pivoting.
Pivoting.
yeah. So for instance, you started off as a commerce teacher, and then you pivoted off to a textile business, and then that didn't work out, so you transferred to the construction business, and then eventually you started data centers as well. So my question was that as a student, what advice could you give me to know when exactly I should pivot when my idea isn't working?
How many students are sitting here? 300 plus? Okay. 300 plus students. 300 plus students cannot have the same thought or present. They have a different background, they have different aspirations, they have different wants, they have different desires, they have certain ideas which are different. My dream and the Vice Chancellor's dream may not be the same, but we have the same objective in achieving education side. So I cannot advise you what you should be doing. You have to talk to your teachers, depending on your qualifications, dream, but always think of bigger dreams than what you have today. That's it. If you just dream small, then you will always become a small person. The secret is to dream big and work towards it. You may achieve, may not achieve, you may fail in the beginning, you may not succeed in the beginning. That's okay. Because that happens to everybody who is succeeded. So it's all right. All startups don't succeed. All people who enter into the business of business don't succeed. All professionals don't succeed. But if you put in continuous effort, you will ultimately succeed. But in the beginning, you will have setbacks. So that's part of the game. And that's the story and history of every person who's successful, and not necessarily in business. Even in profession, there are not many people, lots of people who do not succeed. But that's another story, but nothing wrong with that. So I cannot advise you as to what is the line of business that you should take. And let me tell you, when I started life, there were 5 or 6 or 7 businesses that were there. Now there are only 70,000 different opportunities for you to do. So, let's take one film line. There used to be acting, directing, and production. Today there are 1,000 opportunities in the film line alone. And you have OTT, you have TV, you have serials, you have social media, you have Instagram, you have LinkedIn, you have Facebook, you have all that. And each one of the things, people are different. Somebody is good at using LinkedIn, doesn't know how to use Facebook effectively, and vice versa. And so many opportunities. So the number of opportunities today are exceedingly many fold, which were never existing. So it's difficult for me to give advice to all of the 300 here, 300 plus sitting over here, because I don't even know the new opportunities which are available. And they're just springing up every day. So difficult for me to advise a single person to that. But looking at the background of what line you want to take, what is in your interest of your profession or what you're doing, you can choose so many of the opportunities that are there. I can't give advice to 300 people as to one right line, because there's no one right line. There are 10,000 right lines. So which of the 10,000 will I advise you to do? Difficult.
Do we have more questions? Yes.
Hello, sir. A very good morning. So my question for you is, what advice would you give to a finance student who would like to build a career in real estate, finance or investment?
Real estate, last 2 words.
Finance or investment?
Real estate, finance, or investment. All the 3 are fantastic. So why not divide 1/3, 1/3, 1/3? See, there is no question of it. At different points of time, the opportunities of real estate is growing. So the next couple of years, real estate is growing exponentially. As I said, it's going to grow more than 13 to 15% GDP growth per year. But look at IT. So many parts of IT is doing very well. AI is doing extremely well. professions are doing very well. So service industry is working still very strongly. Some students are here from the law profession, legal profession is growing very strongly. So all these ideas of different professions, there is no one single thing. So what would I do if I were you? Whatever I do, I want to be the best. If I'm in real estate, I want to be best. If I want to be in finance, I want to be the best. If I'm in investment, I should be the best. So what is your objective? Not real estate, not investment, not finance, but to be best in what you do. I want to be a dancer. I want to be the best dancer. If I want to be in acting, I want to be Amitabh Bachchan. Of course, nowadays everybody wants Shah Rukh, but that's the story. So whatever it is, I want to be the best in that. Kuch bhi karo, doesn't matter what you do. They do podcasting. I want to be the best podcaster in India. I will become a podcaster, but I want to be the best podcaster. So don't worry about what you want to do. Take up anything that you want to do. But remember, work towards, say, what's your name?
Pari Mishra.
Parim. I will say Parim should become the best in what she takes up. Doesn't matter what you take. Investment, finance, real estate, dancing, singing, जो भी करना है करो. But जिगर जान से करो. दिल से करो. मेहनत से करो. वहाँ पहुँचना ही है. Amitabh Bachchan, I met him on a studio set 2 years ago. They were doing a program, and he was there from 9:30 in the morning. I had a program with him for half an hour at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. He was fresh. He was ready. He was perfect in his points. तैयार करके सुबह से शाम तक जो काम किया उसके तैयारी है. At that age, at that time, and that successful, he was on time on the studios. And he did a perfect job, and he knew every innovation, and he knew everybody who's going to come and meet and have interaction with him, including me. Can you imagine? Amitabh Bachchan तो वहाँ पहुँच गए. उसको क्या ज़रूरत है कि इतनी मेहनत करने की? लेकिन वो आज भी मेहनत कर रहा है. इसलिए जब उनको प्रॉब्लम हुआ था, he had a financial failure 15, 17 years ago. He shifted from cinema to kaun banege crorepati, and he decided that the losses that I have made or the liability that I have, the income, 100% of my income from kaun banege crorepati will go to pay off my debts. So a great actor, greatest actor whom I respect tremendously, had a great liability because he mismanaged some of his finances, and there was a liability on him. He worked hard back again, went into TV, not just remained on the screen, simply because he had to pay debts. That is a great person. So it's not easy to become Amitabh Bachchan. बहुत मेहनत करना पड़ता है, और आज भी मेहनत करते हैं. So if he has to work hard even today to be Amitabh Bachchan, why can't you and I work hard to be what we are or what you are going to become? But मुझे वो बनना है, ऐसे नहीं चलता. मुझे वो चीज बनना है और बन जाऊंगी, ऐसे कह दो और आप बच जाएगी. I promise you that. But it has to be that attitude in your life, and वो दिलो जान से चाहना चाहिए. वो जैसा प्यार दिखाते हैं ना मूवी में, वैसे ही आपको आपके प्रोफेशन के ऊपर दिलो जान से करो. Right? Promise? Promise, all of you? दिलो जान से करेंगे. अचीव करना ही है. जो भी करना है अच्छी रीत से, ऑनेस्टी, इंटेग्रिटी से करिए, बट ऐसे करना कि नंबर 2 नहीं बने. कोई भी हो, हर एक स्टूडेंट जो यहाँ बैठे हैं ना, वो एक दिन कहाँ न कहाँ चोटी पर पहुँचेंगे. I wish you the very best for that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your insightful words. And thank you to all our students also for their thoughtful questions. As we come to the close of the Master Induction Series of 2026, I now invite Dr. Kritika to propose the vote of thanks. Ma'am, may I request you to kindly come forward?
Opportunity. इसको कहते हैं opportunity. Dr. Kritika Mondal just, maybe she's just missed out this point that she was supposed to give vote of thanks. I got 1 minute to be with you. So on my personal behalf, I extend gratitude to this legend sitting on the dais today, Dr. Niranjan Hiranandani. I've been so fortunate with most of my deans and registrars and directors. We have been hearing his talks, I think past 25 years, if I recall. And every time if I hear certain instances in his life, which has been narrated by him, and every time one layer gets added on to that, and every part of his life becomes new again. So my personal thank you to you. There will be formal vote of thanks. Dr. Kritika Mondal is here. But whatever points you threw across to the students, and many students had this question of pivoting and what do we do, I believe you have to understand one thing from his life, that pivot is always at the tip of the point, and gravity works on it with the centrifugal force. You must have seen a pivot, and life will throw at you that particular point that you decide now the pivot is going to fall, and you have to rechange the direction of life. So be alert, be observant, and look at your life like a pivot and see what is the right time to shift to another career. Because in your careers of 3 years here, or in your journey here, you have learned many things. You have not learned one thing. You have learned to interact, learned to be leaders, learned to organize, learned to be volunteer. So you will, the life and your own self, when you are nurturing yourself, you will come to know which is the point you need to shift and shift to other journey. And Sir's life is a greatest example, illustration to it. So thank you so much for being there, and there will be even one more talk later sometime, interaction one-on-one with me to understand actual path which has been said by our Honorable President. So till then, may I invite Dr. Kritika to take this forward.
Thank you so much, ma'am, and I'm really sorry for the delay. It is my honor and privilege to give this vote of thanks on the last day of the Master Induction Series 2026. And it is great that today we've had one of the most prominent figures, the main pillars of support, one of the main pillars of support of this university, which is our former provost, Dr. Hiranandani sir. I hope everyone here has realized that, sir's life has been a series of challenges and struggles, but the way that he has been so compassionate and open about sharing his experiences, sharing what he has learned through his journey in leadership, that has been, for us, it's been something that we always look up to and try to follow. So thank you so much, sir, for talking to our students today. You've always been there to support our staff, our teachers, our admin staff, and of course, our students. And of course, I think a little special help to the students of Niranjan School of Real Estate and Management. But I think that is the guidance that the youth today needs for this kind of change that they need to bring about in the society. For the induction series, you've had, the first talk that you had was the interaction with our VC ma'am. And as she set the stage, she told you what she expects from every HSNCN. And like she said, that at the end of the day, at the end of this journey, the 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years that you decide to stay with us, you will learn how to transform yourself, but more importantly, it is necessary to learn how to also transform your society and the lives around you. Thank you so much, ma'am, for that wisdom. Can we please have a round of applause for these two stalwarts here on stage. Throughout the week, we are also grateful to the sessions that we had by the different speakers. The first day of this week on Monday, you had an introduction to the various facets of your university life. We are thankful to the administrative directors who hosted the orientation sessions. And of course, we are thankful to the time and effort put in by the deans and the heads of all the departments, and especially our registrar, Sir Dr. Bhagwan Balani, who was there to talk to you on day 2 and just put it in front of you, what is it that you should expect from your university life. And I hope that some of you were able to take some nuggets out of it. You will, of course, experience it in your journey here. Then we are thankful to Mr. Ketan Kothari and Ms. Disha Kapadia from Antarchakshu, who helped to show us how to become an inclusive peer. I know many of you were there with us online and you had an interactive session. We are also thankful to Sri Brijesh Singh Ji for his very tangible insights into cybersecurity. Many of you students asked him questions as well, and it was great to see so many curious minds getting satiated by the knowledge that Brijesh Ji had to give. We are also thankful to Lieutenant Colonel Ankur Sabharwal and his team for giving us a multifaceted understanding into personality development, as we are to Mr. Sriram Singh for his talk on freedom from addiction. He gave us really good insights into how to nurture our body, our mind, as well as our future, your future as students here. We are very thankful to Mr. Shubhajit Mukherjee, who spoke on the environment and sustainability, especially in today's challenging times. As we are to Dr. A.P. Jayaraman, who has been a huge part of this university, an integral part from day one. And he told us about the world you're about to enter, from knowledge to anti-fragility. And then finally, we had yesterday a demonstration team from NDRF led by Shri Santosh Bahadur Singh Ji, and they threw light on disaster preparedness and community support. And it was great to have some of you volunteer and come up here on stage. And like he said yesterday, I think some of you are still a little underconfident to come up on stage. Hopefully by the end of the 3 years, 4 years that you have here, all of you will be up on stage when we ask for volunteers, okay? All right, now finally, this is the main team behind this event. So we would really like to extend our thanks to Dr. Rajesh Mangani sir. Where are you? There. So a round of applause for Dr. Rajesh Mangani sir for the overall coordination of this event. It would have not been possible without him. We are also thankful to the reception team, the hospitality team, the student management team, and the stage decor team, who are all over this place, the teaching and non-teaching staff. Notable thanks to our tech support and IT team, especially during that time that we had to suddenly switch to online mode. Thank you so much for always being there, prepared at such short notice. We are thankful to Mr. Mikil Mutreja for his help with the display and the visuals. We are thankful to Mr. Suresh Kanodia for staff coordination, to the photography and media team, and of course to the rest of the teaching, non-teaching administrative staff who helped bring this Master Induction Series 2026 to fruition. And finally, the biggest thank you and many, many congratulations to you students. A big round of applause for all of our students here for finally completing successfully this Master Induction Series 2026. We wish you a very bright future ahead, and thank you all of us for your time, effort, dedication. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. As we close this valedictory session, I request everyone to kindly rise for the national anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा
पागल आता बोलू नको. मी पोडियमवरती करू. हां नको रे बोलत नाही.
हे सगळे पाठी येणार सावळ पाठी नाही देतात.
I want one picture. Volunteers who work very hard, come over. Please come fast, run. Volunteers.
गाडी खाली कर.
Speed.
नाही ना थोडा एक तर पाठी ना पाठी जागा आहे आपल्याकडे. अमोल तुझे काही घेते त्याला पाहिजे ना एक तर मी पाठी रेल्वेच्या पाठी.
नको बस मग.
Thank you so much. Great job. Teachers, come forward. I didn't let this. Come forward. All colleges, MNKs, is also there. TC,
तू बोल बाबा मी नाही बोलणार.
Data Science. Faculty members, please come up on the
तू
stage.
बरं हे घुसवायला आहे ना. आम्ही 2 मिनटं काय उभं राहिलो.
Let teachers come first. Yeah. Teachers only. Teachers come forward. सब आ जाओ, इधर आ जाओ, इधर आ जाओ. We are taking pictures. Come forward. Come forward. पीछे overlap कर दो. Come पीछे. Come forward. Come.
And come slightly forward. बसा सांग ब्लॅक पॉलिटिकला बसा.